The platform is yours. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Nancy, for such kind remarks. It's a pleasure to be here on this esteemed forum, and also thank you for your welcome remarks. So, before we begin, I would like to extend my sincere thanks to AFI and SARFI team for arranging this important discussion session and giving State Bank of Pakistan the opportunity to kick off the first session of the Learnovation Lounge, bringing together such an esteemed group of panelists and participants from South Asia region. Before any delay, let's move to the topic of our first Learnovation Lounge, which is the SBP's initiative of Asaan Mobile Account scheme, which was introduced in 2021. In our national language, Urdu, Asans means easy. So, as the name defines, this AMA initiative of State Bank of Pakistan allows any person with a basic mobile phone to remotely open branchless banking account of his or her choice through a unified interoperable USSD platform and doing any kind of transactions by using the products and services available at that platform irrespective of the brand from anywhere and at any time. So, the session aims to equip the regulators from our South Asia region, the policymakers, with Pakistan's journey on the Asaan mobile account, the challenges we have faced, the solutions we concur, and what are the future prospects of Asaan mobile account. So, to learn from the experiences of the SVP and the banking industry, and to discuss more about this in detail, we have speakers from State Bank of Pakistan, Virtual Remittance Gateway, which is the technical partner of SVP for developing this AMA initiative, and Habib Bank Limited, being at the implementation side from banking industry.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, before proceeding further, I would like to intimate that in case our audiences or participants have any kind of questions during the session, they may ask it in the Zoom chatbot section. We'll try our maximum best to answer all the questions at the end of the session. Further, a QR code will be further at the end of the panel discussion and question answer session. A QR code will be displayed, which is the evaluation survey. So before leaving, it's a request that take out the 2 minutes to fill that evaluation survey. Thank you, everyone. Without any further ado, let me briefly introduce our panelists. From policy side, we have Mr. Umair Ahmed. He's a senior joint director in State Bank of Pakistan, working in agriculture, credit, and financial inclusion department, and has over 18 years of experience at SPP. He has played a remarkable role in developing and implementation of national financial inclusion strategies of SPP, banking on equality policy, Asaan mobile account scheme, and looking after all the financial literacy programs at State Bank of Pakistan. Welcome on board, Umar Sab.
Thank you, Fidra. Thank you for your nice introduction. Thank you.
Our next panelist and the speaker is from Virtual Remittance Gateway Private Limited, who supported SPP as a technical partner for developing the Asaan mobile account initiative. And without his support, it wasn't possible. We have on board from VRG Mr. Sulman Ali. He is the Chief Executive Officer of Virtual Remittance Gateway with over 23 years of diversified experience driving innovation across Pakistan's financial and technology and fintech sector. Welcome on board, Mr. Mohammed Salman. Salman Sab, are you with us? Salman Sab, are you on mute? I think he'll join us in a while. let's move towards our third panelist. To represent the implementation perspective, we welcome Mr. Amir Hamid on board. He's the head branchless banking at Habib Bank Limited, one of the largest bank in Pakistan, and spearhead the Habib Bank's branchless banking platform called Connect, delivering cutting-edge digital financial solutions across Pakistan. He is also the head of governance committee of Asaan Mobile Account from the banking industry. Welcome on board, Mr. Amir Hamid, sir.
Thank you, Fiza. Thank you very much. It's an honor to be here on this team panel. Nancy, hello, pleasure to meet you. Umair Saab, Salman Saab, it's always good to, see you on industry forums and hear your thoughts. They're always very valuable in, shaping our direction in the bank. So I look forward to contributing in this esteemed panel. And like Nancy said, these kind of panels, thought seminars, thought-provoking seminars are very essential for the industry to meet and chart out the future and learn from each other's best practices. Thank you very much.
It's pleasure to have all of you on board. Let me please confirm if Salman Sab has joined the session. I think we have called him and he has a little technical issue. He'll join us in a while. Before delaying anything, let's start our conversation. And my first question will be from the policy perspective from Umair Saab. So, sir, can you please tell us what Asaan Mobile Account Initiative is and what is the journey of AMA and what motivated State Bank of Pakistan to introduce this Asaan Mobile Account scheme?
Okay, thank you, Fiza. Thank you very much. I think Asaan Mobile Account Scheme is our State Bank's flagship initiative, and I can speak hours and hours on it because I was, and all of us actually, Salman, Amir, and me, myself, we all are part of this scheme since its inception. But I think you have given a very brief introduction of the Asaan Mobile Account Scheme.
Yeah.
It is a unified USSD platform that allows the customers to get access of any bank account of any bank that are available on this platform, and they can do transaction irrespective of the brand of the telecom operator. So I will only briefly describe the four main elements of this scheme or this platform that become as an that was actually a motivational force for us to how we can improve the user experience or especially the digital user experience of the customer, how they can avail the range of financial services through this platform. So it's primarily it's a customer-centric approach that we have adopted for designing this whole platform, and we are targeting to that customer segment that is available on the bottom of the pyramid. We are talking about the customer who do not have the smartphone they have, and then they do not or maybe limited internet connectivity they have. So we are targeting that customer who can avail these financial services through this USSD platform. And this platform provides a marketplace for the banks as well to showcase their products to the customer. If I'm further elaborate, there are three type of products that can be offered on this platform. Number one is the minimum viable products that are a standard suite of services that are available for all banks to offer their customers. Then there is the second set of products that is the unique service menu, where the banks can offer their unique services to their customers only. So that is for the banks if they do not want to share their products and the products that are unique for their bank or for their customers, they can offer that. And then there is a shared service menu where the banks can offer their services to customer of the other banks as well. So in that sense, we actually open up the pie of the platform of this offering, so every bank can offer their services to the customer of the other bank. So on the other hand, the customer can avail the services of any bank that is available or listed on this platform. So this is the whole concept that is being evolved around this Asaan mobile account scheme. If I'm saying that, and I'm very thankful for multiple stakeholders who are involved in this development of this platform. For example, if I'm talking about State Bank of Pakistan being you can say that the regulator of the financial sector, our different departments actually contributed into providing or designing this platform for the customer and providing the ease for the customer. And then Pakistan Telecommunication Authority, that is who is the regulator of the telecom partners. So on this platform, we have on the one side, when we have 13 banks that are onboarded on this platform, on the other hand, we have 4 telco partners who are onboarded. And whenever a customer wants to open his or her bank account, he can access to a unified USSD platform that is named as star 2262 hash, dial that number from his or her phone, or then he can find a list of banks from which he wants to open the account in the bank of his choice. And it's not restrict him or her if he have a different telecom operator, SIMs of the different telecom operators. So he can use the SIMs of different telecom operators and can get the account opening and financial services of any bank that is available on that platform. So lastly, I just want to say that it is a perfect example of the public-private collaboration, because here we have the 2 regulators, then we have 13 banks, then we have telcos, and we have one fintech in form of the technical partner, that is VRG. So it is with the help of all these players, we could able to achieve the successes that we have made on this platform.
So, Umar Saab, it's such a detailed answer to what I have asked. But can you also tell us that what motivated State Bank of Pakistan to launch an initiative like this? What SVP envisioned while launching this initiative?
Okay. Fida, it's back in 2017 and 18 when we were planning this Asaan mobile account platform. At that point of time, we have the level of financial inclusion, the ownership of the bank accounts were very less. And at that point of time, the state bank actually made some enablement for the industry to open a remote account opening for the banks, so they can use different mediums. Either they can use web-based services, they can USSD platform, they can SMS platform for providing financial services. So at that point of time, on the one hand, we want to reach the person who is living in the far-flung area, in the rural
Yes.
areas, who do not have the smartphone, who do not have the internet.
Yeah.
So we want to target that customer. On the other hand, when we are talking about the availability of the technology, although at that point of time the banks are starting to use the web-based services, but at that point of time, if I'm sharing some numbers with you, the smartphone phone penetration at that point of time was only 40%. And similarly, if I'm talking about the mobile broadband subscription against the overall cellular mobile subscription, that was only 50%. So at that point of time, we have the only solution that we have available, the technological solution, that was a USSD channel. So
Yes.
we bring all the stakeholders on one platform, and we want that for the sake of the customer, that the customer has only one unified user interface, so they can or she can avail a range of financial services by using only one USSD number or code. So that's the whole you can say that motivation for us to develop this whole Asaan mobile account platform.
Looking at the numbers you just have shared, that truly a success for SBP. Launching the AMA initiative, I would like to ask, were there any specific policy enablers or any regulatory adjustments which SPP has made, or any kind of exemptions introduced to facilitate the operationalization of AMA? Uh, Umair
I
sir?
think it's a great question. Uh, One thing I would like to mention very proudly, that this platform or this initiative, it's a member-led or it's a bank-led initiative, where the stakeholders who actually take a lead, and they develop this the whole platform, and where State Bank did not issue any regulatory instructions to the banks, to the other stakeholders. It's all you can say that self generated and self adopted initiative by the industry. And as you mentioned in your intro of the Amir Hamid, he was or he is the chairman of the AMA Stakeholder Committee that we call AMA Governance Committee. And the committee actually finalized all the processes, all the rules, or everything for this platform. And State Bank, just we were at the, you can say that, the observer on that committee. But all the initiative and all the you can say process that has been led by this stakeholder committee under the chairmanship of Mr. Amir Hamid. Yes, State Bank creates some enablement for this process, for this AMA scheme. For example, I will give two examples. Number one of the main pain point for the banks was the biometric verification cost for this Asaan mobile account scheme. So we took this initiative and we talked to NADRA, the National Database Registration Authority of Pakistan, who is the owner of all the ID credentials of the individuals of Pakistan. So we talked to them and we asked them to rationalize the cost of biometric verification. And fortunately, they agreed with us and they rationalized the cost. And the second regulatory enablement that we have done, because you better understand, in the USSD channel, there are some system limitations. When
Yes.
we want our end-to-end digital user experience, and in the USSD session, if we want some KYC, you can say that exercise, or some KYC checks that we want to take into account, so the session may be brief. So that's why we try to make it a seamless user experience for the customer without any interruption. So what we did, we allowed exemption for the callback confirmation or OTP generation on this AMA account, and we replaced it with the biometric verification within the 60 days. So
Okay.
now the customer open the account through this AMA platform, that has been opened instantly, or it can be opened only within a 2 minutes time, and the customer can make transactions through this Asaan mobile account scheme. But for the KYC, to meet the KYC requirements, he has to go to any branches banking agent or any touch point and has to complete the biometric verification for their identity verification. So that's are some few enablements that have been provided by State Bank for the industry for this promotion of this Asaan mobile account scheme.
Yeah, I think that's an excellent facilitation which SPP has provided to its general public. Uh, Moving towards our technical partner, my next question is from Salman Saab. And since you are at the technological side and played an active role throughout the journey, what were the key technological enablers that made this solution possible? I mean, how did you ensure the robustness of the system for its smooth execution and implementation?
Right. Thank you, Fiza. Thank you very much. So technology enablement, like it is the core, is in the heart of the solution, right?
Yeah.
And to get this thing stable, robust, and safely on the reliability factor and sustainable factor to make it equitable market, we need to ensure that the USSD gateway and the infrastructure need to be in place, which is being implemented. We can implement it in two ways. We can either use a traditional telco-based model, But what we did is we have implemented our own USD infrastructure by implementing our USD gateways inside the telecom operators and their networks and make it more reliable and secure. Because if anything, if we are using on their infrastructure, that data can be compromised, their services can be compromised through their own, making different changes. So the system is secure. The system is implemented on a separate level. No doubt, it is very highly challengeable because this telecom infrastructure and the implementation which we have done inside the telecom infrastructure by taking different permissions from the Ministry of Interior and with the help of State Bank. So this channel is now secure. It's totally for the AMA channel, for the AMA users, totally separated from the all telecom operators. They use the gateways. So this is the first thing. And this is scalable. This is work on a high availability model. So if anything goes wrong, the other system will take over directly. The load balancing model. So this is one thing. This is from the telecom side. But from the main thing is from the banking side. Every bank have their own system, have their own architectures, having different technology. So what we did is, being a switch, we have implemented standardized API model, driven model, where every bank will implement the same APIs, working on the same patterns with the same rules and with the same multi-layered security. So the multi-layered security and authentication model is implemented. The automated KYC model using Nadra has been implemented. And a part of this, we have the network-based security and the application-based security implemented. By having this and achieving such a millions of accounts, State Bank is here that we haven't, and Amir, which is like the HBL, which is the highest account holder right now in our scheme, we haven't heard any, even a single fraud on this platform. So that shows the reliability, that shows the scalability, and that shows the security of it. The good part is this architecture is this platform is so much robust and scalable that it can work on commercial models, commercial bank model. It works with the branch banking model. It works on the mobile wallet model, and it's also with the microfinance banking. And right now, it is implemented, is working perfectly fine. Please.
Oh, that's great. No fraud, no room for fraud you have left in AMA. So that's amazing to hear. Uh, Moving towards the our implementing bank, since Amir Saab, you are the head of AMA Governance Committee from industry, and Habib Bank Limited currently owns the largest number of AMA accounts. So I would like to ask that what specific strategies or outreach mechanism helped you achieve this success? Because it's a great thing to hear that HBL has the highest number of accounts of this initiative.
Ji, thank you very much. It's a great question. But before I come to this, I'd just like to add that the governance committee that was created through facilitation of State Bank, I think that played a very important role in the success of the scheme. So there were, and just to give you the scale of that operation, there were 11 branchless banking players, there were 4 telecom players, State Bank, and then of course PTA, which were all involved in multiple sets of deliberations, and there were many thought-provoking discussions in those committees. And what happened was that the best of the best came forward. It was a consultative program, and the industry led it, and that's, I think, contributed to the success of the scheme on a industry-wide level. Now, when we talk of the success that HBL was able to achieve, I think it comes down to two things that I think that we were able to do a bit different from the industry. One thing, and the two things was, one, that we integrated AMA in our overall product proposition to all our client segments. I'll talk about it in more detail. And the second aspect was that the outreach to the client, the awareness schemes that we created through multiple channels, that also led to it. And I'll also talk about it in a bit more detail in just a minute. On the first point, when I say that we were able to integrate AMA in all our overall product proposition to all our client segments. So we deal with a multitude of clients. We
Yes.
deal with the agriculture sector, where we onboard farmers. So when we used to onboard farmers, we used to offer them Asaan mobile account, and through Asaan mobile account, those farmers were able to not only open the account, but they were able to access their banking channel through transactions if they only had a smartphone. We offered it to our salary based client base. And just to let you know, we operate around 200 to 300,000 plus salary accounts. Food Panda riders, for example, there are 30,000 of Food Panda riders. All those riders they have a fan mobile account, they have access to
Wow.
USSD, and we see that they are doing their transactions of fund transfer, mobile top up through the USSD channel that was given. We are also very much entrenched into the MSME space. So we offered the Asaan mobile account and the USSD channel to all our MSMEs that we onboard, and we saw a scale coming through that. Our pensioners, and HBL operates the largest pensioner base in the country. We offered the same channel to our pensioner base. So what I'm telling you is that we did not restrict to one segment of client only. We offered this scheme, the channel, to all our client base. Uh, Secondly, what we saw was that most users, they do not restrict themselves to one channel only. That is where our omni-channel strategy comes in. So a person may start transacting from USSD, but it very quickly graduates to maybe buying a debit card, maybe using an app, maybe going to the channel, to the agent channel for its transactions. So these kind of users we call super users. So so some of the users, they use all kinds of channels for whatever convenience they have. So for simple transactions like mobile top up and utility bills, it's Asaan mobile account, USSD. For complex transactions like buying a saving product or buying insurance, they may use an app, so on and so forth. So integration of USSD of AMA in all the products in all the client segments, I think that led to our success. That's one. Two, like I mentioned, our outreach program. So our outreach program, it was again a 360 program that we did. First, of course, the outreach program that was led by State Bank. And State Bank, did a campaign, a TV campaign, a radio campaign where all the industry contributed and State Bank led it, thanks to Umair Saab and all our State Bank colleagues. I think that led to quite a lot of awareness that was created, number one. Number two, we utilized our agent channel, and we operate approximately 45,000 agents, and all our agents, we advertised that those agents can now offer a fan mobile account or USSD to the clients coming in to the agent channel. Then we partnered with State Bank, of course, for the National Financial Literacy Program. And in from 2020 till right up till 2025, we have had more than 500 of the National Financial Literacy Program, staged across Pakistan, whether it be Peshawar, whether it be Sakkar, Karachi, Lahore, Islamabad, the rural areas. And those financial literacy programs really helped us in creating that financial literacy amongst the masses. So I think all in all these strategies combined really helped us get to that scale. And just to give you an idea, out of the 11 players, HBL enjoys approximately 18 to 20% of the market share. So I think our teams, something we did really well.
Wow, that's great to hear. Thank you for the detailed answer as well. But I would like to know more about that from the HPL or from the industry point of view. What unique value or benefits our AMA customers are experiencing that differentiated from the other kind of traditional banking products, like account opening in a bank by physically going there and uh, taking out the time. So how these things differentiate uh, from AMA?
Ji Fiza, absolutely. Like Umair Saab also mentioned when he was discussing the salient features of AMA, just to elaborate on those points which Umair already said. See, Pakistan is a country where we are at the moment striving towards full financial inclusion. We are not there as yet, but we are striving towards a full financial inclusion. Latest State Bank stats indicate that out of the total adult population that we have, more than 60% are now financially included. And when we started the scheme, that number was approximately at 45 to 50%, and there were 50% people who were excluded. So there is a lot of population in the country. We're a large country, 250 million plus population, and 50% of those people, they feel intimidated, I would say, in walking into a branch.
Yes,
When
yes,
and when a branch manager asks them for documents like if small, simple KYC documents like copy of ID card, utility bills for address verification, income proof documentation, etc., etc., people really get scared, and people are really not forthcoming in providing these documents. So before AMA, we were providing two options, two alternates to those customers to open up the account. One, they could go to any one of our agent, which we have 40,000 across the country, do a biometric verification and open up an account. So
mm,
that's one. Two, we were offering that we have an app which is placed on the Google Store. So people who do not want to go to the agent, they have a smartphone, they can download the app, answer two very simple KYC questions, and we used to open up the account in less than a minute. But then there is another population who do not want to go to the agents and who do not own a smartphone. And just to give you again some stats, PTA has recently published that in a country of 200, 250 million plus, total smartphone penetration still now stands at around 45 to 50%. So more than 50% of the people, they do not own a smartphone. They only have a feature phone. So what the scheme gave that segment of the society
mm-hmm,
was that by sitting in their homes, even if they do not have 3G, 4G,
yeah,
2G internet coverage available, they can take out the phone through a very simple USSD string, *2262 hash. They can, dial the string. Then a list of member banks will appear. They can
yes,
select the bank, which with the brand which they more resonate with, open up the account in a very simplistic 2-minute process, and they're good to go. And then they can top up that account through transferring money from another account, going to the agent, or there are multiple other channels from where they can top up the account and start transacting. So I think this one value proposition of Emma, and especially if I give you another stat, what we have seen is that especially women and women living in rural areas, and they of course they do not like to go to the agents, and looking at our culture, women are not very welcome on the streets as well. So women sitting in their homes, they were able to open up that AMA account. And if I give you my stats, at least 25 to 30% of the total account base that we have are of women. So I think this also worked, I think, wonderfully
yes, yes,
towards women financial inclusion.
that's
So I think
amazing
these
to
are
hear.
some of the USPs of the EMMA scheme. Of course, there's more to be done. I will talk
Yes.
about that later, but I think the work which we have done now is something to be proud of.
Of course, it's a exciting and interesting thing to learn about HBL's journey and the banking industries, getting the banking industry's perspective. Since AMA has had a very exciting journey so far, and based on the successes you have just highlighted, it's natural that several challenges must have emerged during its planning, its execution, and its implementation stage. I would like to ask all of my speakers to please shortly share one major or one key challenge they faced and how they addressed it. So, Mr. Salman Saab, I'd like you to initiate this.
Let me very specific
Yes,
and very
please.
very quick,
You have to be
because
specific.
because it's a many to many model that all the banks and all the telecom operators. So again, the factor of having different architectures, different technologies to get it done on a single platform in a stabilized manner with a stabilized and standardized access is one of the biggest challenges. But we
Yes,
actually overcome that, and now it's working fine. But the biggest challenge which we both have faced, like for the state bank and the bank, is commercial model, because telcos works on the revenue share model and banks work on the transaction set model. So having a sustainable and equitable model to make it agreed to both the parties and then get it through and make it viable as a low cost product for the market and for the all the stakeholders is one of the biggest challenge I have faced. Like I personally have attended 52 meetings in just 1 year in PTA just to get the telcos agreed on this. Ahmed knows and Umair knows, like you have been working hard on this. But at the end of the day, we have formalized the frame. We have
Yes.
formalized a commercial model which is sustainable and equitable for all the stakeholders. It is running perfectly fine, and that's the reason why AMA is so much adaptable that right now it's 13 million accounts plus accounts we have, and it's keep on growing day by day. Thank you.
Wow. Amir Saab, anything from implementation side? Of course, there would be many,
Gigi, of
but
course, like
yeah.
I said, working together with 11 different commercial players, commercial banks, that was, of course, a good learning experience, but it had many challenges also. And, bringing all those 11 players onto one page for even a one small point, it was a task in its task and a half in itself. But I think one point, which now when I look back, I feel very amusing as well, and Umair and Salman Sahab would recall, there was quite a lot of debate, and we had, I think, I don't know, 7 or 8 sessions. So the banks all, they started debating amongst themselves that which will be the first name of the bank that will appear on the menu for account opening. Yeah, because when the customer dials *2262#, so they used
Yeah.
to open up a list of
A
menu,
list of banks.
a
Yes.
list of banks, and there
Yes.
was a long debate of what bank will which name will come on top. So there were suggestions like, we can follow an alphabetic order, or we can follow the banks with the most of market share, or we can follow the bank with the least amount of market share. There were many, many, many suggestions. So I think then we came up with a working model that, we will continue to change it after every 3 months or so, and something of that came about. So, just bringing all those players onto one point, I think that was a big challenge. But I think the learning was that once everything is aligned and all those players are on one page, then it becomes a force, and then that becomes a multiplying effect.
Did HBL get it customer by becoming at the top? Just kidding.
Yeah.
Okay. Umair Saab, anything from the policy side?
I think Salman and Amir, actually we were together in this whole journey. I think they have already mentioned the points that I have actually to raise. But I think one of the key challenge from the policy perspective side, because as Amir mentioned, there are 11 or 12 players, and then on the other hand, 4 CMOs. So taking on board all on the one platform, when they all have their solid brands, established brands. So convince all of them to come up on the one platform and to bring their efforts jointly for the cause, for the national cause, that is that we have to on board, as I mentioned, that the level of financial inclusion in Pakistan at that point of time it was only 24-25%, and now we are at 67%, and it's all cause of all the efforts that we have jointly made with the help of the industry and the technical partners. So, but one learning that and one thing that I would like to broadly actually mention here, that this is the change that we want, because the answers from the Amir, the ownership from the Amir on this platform as well, on this interview as well, or this session as well, you understand how convincingly he actually mentioning the process and the changes that have been made by the commercial banks, and how the stakeholder committee, the AMA governance committee, took the lead, and they made all the you can say the facilitation for this platform. I think that's actually the change, and that actually helped us to onboard all the stakeholders together, and we achieve these successes. And currently, as Salman mentioned, we have more than 15 or 16 million accounts on this AMA platform, and these are those accounts who, again, I want to specify that these are the person who do not have the smartphones, do not have the limited internet connection. Although, as Amir mentioned, there is some improvement in terms of the smartphone penetration in Pakistan. Now we have around more than 50 or 60%. There is the smartphone penetration from 40% in back in 2017. And similarly, on the mobile broadband-based subscription has been improved very much. So, uh, behind although that these improvements have been made, still there are a room where we have to target the customer who are still on the 2G device, or who do not have the limited internet connection. So this whole process actually that help us to improve our journey, and we can come together in a form of public-private partnership, and we did it in a joint manner, in a joint effort. So that's a great learning for us and for our future endeavors as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Marsab. It's my last question to you. Like taking all of these challenges and solutions and learnings into account, as we look to the future, what plans or next steps are being considered to further enhance and scale up the AMA initiative? I would like all speakers to give their input on this, but first I'll come to the policy side. Umar Saab, please, can you?
Uh, Thank you, Sidra, again. As I already mentioned that AMA is, again, it's a stakeholders product, stakeholders ownership, and the bank's ownership. So we wish, and we are hoping that the banks will get more use cases for this AMA scheme. And one of the most important use case that we discussed multiple times, and I think that is the digital credit. And if we able to get this use case onboarded on this platform, and we offer to the customer, I think that will help the customer to have a complete user experience of the financial services from this platform. So I think that is one area where I think I would like to urge and request my stakeholder as well to start and keep working on that, because we already working on that, but we need to come up with some products on the financing side as well.
Salman Saab, anything, any use cases? What
Well,
would be
use
the
cases
future?
are yeah, use cases are already very much being covered. Like the farmer is being covered, like the pensioners are covered, the payroll systems are covered. People who are actually living in the remote areas, and even if, like the army jawans who are actually working, who are actually on the mountain and using these farmer scheme as well. But yes, the basic thing is, one of the things is digital credit. And the other thing which I also like to mention is the availability of the mutual funds, right? So these two things which actually now is the next level of our. And digital credit, although it's microcredit or nano credit, both works, but also we need to finalize that we need to have again the same model, the same many to many model, the aggregation model available, not from one bank, but with all the banks, and maybe NBFCs can be a part of this as well, so that they can also give credits to the other banks customer, which is also one of the things which is going to be a very unique part of commerce. So that's my shoe here.
Thank you, Salman Saab. Amir Saab, would you like to add something to this?
Thank you very much. It's a very important question, but and just let me give you some context. So,
Yes, yes.
like I previously said as well, our common objective is to achieve financial inclusion in the country. And when we say that we want to achieve financial inclusion in the country, what is my definition of financial inclusion, or how financial inclusion will benefit Pakistan? So if we look at other global markets like Indonesia, like Brazil, who are a bit further ahead in their journey of financial inclusion, they started off at, I think, around 20 years back. They have uh, they have been able to increase their GDP by at least 15 to 20% by including the population into the formal financial net. And we can, of course, talk more about that in detail as well. So the objective is that we want to increase financial inclusion, and we want to benefit Pakistan by increasing the GDP of the country. And one player, one bank, State Bank alone cannot do it. Everybody has to come together. Everybody
Yes.
has to come together. The telcos, the fintechs like VRG, commercial banks. Everybody has to come together to achieve that goal. So there are some things that in the Asaan mobile account scheme that we have delivered. There are some things which are currently work in progress. So, for example, the agent interoperability, which was not there at the start of the scheme. Now, the agent interoperability, HBL and EasyPaisa have joined hand together through VRG facilitated by State Bank, and we are doing a pilot of agent interoperability. So, AMA scheme holder can now go to an HBL agent, an EasyPaisa HBL customer can now go to EasyPaisa agent and deposit cash and withdraw cash. So that's, a first stage of interoperability that has happened. And then going forward, now we're talking to other banks as well that they should come in and join this scheme. Second thing I think, which is again a work in progress and which partially work has been done. So the shared products that could not be launched maybe at the start of the scheme, we were thinking that maybe a train ticket which is integrated by HBL, if EasyPaisa or Jazz Cash customers want to buy that train ticket, they can through that AMA scheme buy it. So fund settlement was a challenge. Now, because the agent interoperability has gone live and the funds are being settled between one bank and another through VRG, of course. So now I think the next logical step would be that shared products would, of course, increase. That's the second point. And third, like I said, some things which me and Umair and Salman are discussing at the moment, like I said, that there are simple user journeys, simple products which the customer can take from a USSD platform. Like for example, fund transfers, bill payments, simple transactions can be done through USSD. But if we want to go towards more complex transactions, lending-based transactions, maybe supply chain financing for SMEs, maybe agri-based financing for farmers. Then we need to think about maybe a comprehensive, interoperable, maybe a web platform, maybe an app. So these are things that are in our thoughts at the moment. We have had a few discussions around it. Of course, we will be further discussing them, and then we'll talking to other players, and then bringing them on board again and see how we can further go along this route. And of course,
Yeah.
I agree with Mr. Umair and Salman that Pakistan is a credit-hungry market.
Yes.
A nano lending product for consumers, supply chain financing for SMEs, and agri input lending for farmers. That is the need of the hour. And if we can, structure something interoperable where all the banks can come together, the players can come together, and we can take it to market, I think this will be another game changer. Thank you.
Mm, Thank you, Amir Saab, for such comprehensive answer. And I think you have proposed many other ideas for us to go ahead and uplift this AMA initiative. It's inspiring to hear about the progress and journey of Asaan Mobile Account of SCP, and we'll look forward to its continued development and future enhancement. Let's move towards the questions answer sessions with which audience have just asked from us. So it's a question that is Asaan mobile accounts are exempted from any government or bank charges? It's from Sarovar, our colleague from Bangladesh Bank.
So
Any
they're
one of
not
you?
exempted. Yeah, so they're not exempted. But
Yeah.
yes, it is quite low as compared to the traditional banking charges, which is being applied because it's a government scheme. So it's also it's also a framework which has been designed with the consultative during the AMA meeting. The charges should be made low so that the low income people can adopt these changes. This is clear, and it is very well.
So thank you, Salman Saab. One of the question is from Central Bank of Sri Lanka that how do you do the KYC or verification when onboarding for the users who don't have smartphone or internet facility, USSD code running users. So Amir Saab, if you
Yeah,
could.
yeah, 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 I can take that. So, Pakistan is, I think, fortunate enough that we are one of those countries where we have a centralized database of all our citizens, and that centralized database is called NADRA. So all the commercial banks and VRG, we are all integrated with NADRA at the back end. When the customer provides its ID card number through the USSD string, we send that ID card number to NADRA through a secured API, and then NADRA sends us certain KYC fields that are required for customers' KYC, customer screening that we need to do. And when I say screening, ATA screening, the UNSC screening, all the screenings that we need to do, any additional information that we want if the customer comes into a probable match. So all that information we fetch from Nadra, we populate it automatically onto our account opening forms, and then we take it on from there. So this is, I think, one advantage that we have, that a centralized digital database exists of nearly all Pakistanis.
Okay, thank you, Amar Saab. I think there is a very important question, also a challenge which we have faced, that who bears the capital and operating costs for such technology? Umar Saab, can you elaborate on this?
I think Salman wants to answer this question, and I think he
So
is
yes,
suitable
yes.
for
Sure,
answer this
sure,
question.
open for.
So, BRG being a partner with the State Bank as a technology partner, we have invested. We have invested a lot on the infrastructure. So all the capital which has been invested on the USB gateway servers, on the technology platform, on the human resources, on the support, licensing, hardware, softwares, everything is being invested by VRG, right? And for the operating cost, for the IT structure is also being paid by VRG. So what VRG is gaining out of it? Just one thing, that we are sharing a very small pie of the revenue which is banks are getting, and we are charging the banks for every transaction on a very very minute level, because it's a volume game. So we are good. We are good with that. But every technological enhancement which is being required, any technology implementation or new implementation, new security architectures and everything, it is totally responsibility of VRG, and VRG is completely taking care of that. Yeah, Amit.
Just one small point, that any of these costs are not directly passed on to the customer. Either they are borne by VRG or shared by the bank, but it's not passed on to the customer.
Okay,
So
that's amazing.
one thing I would like to add,
Yes,
because
please, Umar Saab.
VRG is our technical partner as well, but they are our licensed PPSP, the third party service provider. So State Bank announced these regulations for having a third party service provider to help us to create interoperability between the banks and the cellular mobile operators. So in that sense, VRG is our one of the licensed entity, and based on that, VRG invested in the technological development of this platform, and now they have a business case for them, because they are getting some pie from some small cut from each transaction. So that's why their business model is work for this whole AMA scheme.
Thank you, Umar Saab. There is another question I want to ask personally. It's a question answer from my side, that it was a tough thing to target unserved and underserved market, because uh, they are not using any electronic media, mostly no facility of internet, smartphones, or they do not know how to use the social media handles. So what steps SPP taken to promote the awareness and drive adoption of AMA, particularly for the unserved, unbanked, underbanked segment of our population?
Yes, Fiza, I think as Amir already mentioned, that there is a full-fledged media campaign was run during this Asaan Mobile Account scheme, and we did it on the electronic media, we did it on the print media, we did it on the social media as well, and most importantly on the radio, because
Yes.
the FM channels are very popular in Pakistan. So all these channels were used to provide more information, more awareness about this platform. And as Amir already mentioned, that the financial literacy, because this segment, because they are not very well financially literate, or they do not have the much information about the products, and even they do not have the digital literacy. So I think the campaign that we have run in collaboration with the banks, and with even with, I would like to mention VRG. They use their own media resources to get more information and awareness about this scheme in the underserved segment. So this is a joint effort that we did, and we use all the media channels that so we can get more information and awareness of this platform in the underserved segments.
Thank you, Umar Sab. That was a detailed question. Also, detailed answer. Sorry. Also, there are two more questions from our colleagues. What are the transactions and balance limits for Asaan mobile accounts, and how are AML CFT requirements implemented and monitored in this context? It's a question from Nepal Rashtra Bank.
I can take it. I can take it. I can take it. Yeah, so basically, there in branchless banking regime currently implemented, there are two types of accounts. One is level zero and one is level one. AMA falls under a level zero account scheme, which has a daily transaction limit of 25,000 rupees and a monthly limit of 50,000 rupees. That is till the time the customer goes to the agent and does a biometric. When they do a biometric, then they get increased limits of 50,000 per day and 200,000 rupees per month. State Bank has recently issued guidelines where after biometric, the monthly limit will go up to 300K and daily limit will go up to 100K for level one account. As far as AML CFT guidelines are concerned, they are fully implemented. There are no exemptions given by State Bank for this account type. FATCA CRS questions are asked from the customer, number one. Number two, all the transaction monitoring, the STRs, the CTRs, they are all monitored through the bank's fraud monitoring systems, the transaction monitoring systems. There are certain rule sets that are applied depending upon the risk rating of that customer, and depending on the similarly RFIs are generated and sent to relevant teams, and then those RFIs are closed on time. So all the AML CFT guidelines are implemented on this account type.
Thank you, Amir Saab. It was a detailed answer. There is another question there about the API standard, that who developed it, and is it only used for AMA or for other financial and fintech services as well?
Right. So the APIs and the platform has been developed by VRG indigenously. They are on the basis of the standards. The standard documents has been shared with all the banks and the telecom operators. And these APIs are currently available for all the fintechs and all the other financial institutions. The other firms and the fintechs are also using these services. We have now, with the permission of the State Bank, extended these APIs to the digital banks who can also want to offer these services. So they are standard APIs, document is available, and it is the API is proprietary, although the documentation and everything is available for any licensed entity to use them, which is having the license from the State Bank of India.
Okay, thank you, Salman Saab. Coming to close our panel discussion, it's inspiring to hear about the progress and such successful journey of AMA, and we look forward to its continued development and future enhancement. I would love to have this conversation continued further, but in the interest of time, I would have to conclude here. Uh, there's another question, if I would ask, or some of you can briefly explain what is the future of AMA? How do you see it in the context of technological developments, particularly the AI?
The future of AMA is very bright. Why? VRG holds the data under the supervision of the State Bank, the telecom data, and the banking data. So, with respect to the AI, so the model of having the credibility, credit scoring, the user behavior is all is under one umbrella. So we are, although right now, because it's on a premature level, and I'm not permitted to speak more on this without this consent of the State Bank, but we are actually working on these lines that by using this data and leverage this thing, we can not only make the policies and also the budgeting, and also to serve that which area wants which sort of services, and the segmentation of male versus female, and what are the services more required over there, that can be done through AI. So we are actually building that model. Maybe you can hear something in a year's time that there is an LLM available for AMA, so which can be used and leveraged to learn more from them and making more policy insights for the future perspective.
Thank you, Mersab. Anything you want to add?
No, I think I keep myself restricted and not very much because I think, yes, Amir and Salman rightly mentioned that there is some work in progress on the AMA front, as Amin mentioned, on the agent interoperability. And yes, we are working on to take AMA to the next level, and we have to working on having AMA app that would be helpful for us, because as Amin mentioned, the issue of the having more use cases on the AMA platform, and then when we try to get more use cases, then we have a system limitation, because USSD bring the solution of the web-based solution on the USSD channel, that challenging task for us. So now we are in the process, or we are in the thought process that how we can take AMA to the next level in form of the AMA app, and we can get more use cases that can be more easily executed on this AMA platform. So I think that's the work is still in progress, and we hope that in coming days we will get some more future new products under this AMA scheme.
Yes, inshallah. I am witnessing them and I know something big is coming from SVP. Uh, before closing, I again thank all of my esteemed panelists, speakers for their thoughtful contributions. Umair Saab, Salman Saab, Amir Saab, thank you for being on the panel. I would like to
you.
request now all of our participants to please spare 2 minutes and fill up the evaluation form by scanning the QR code on the screen. It will soon be appear. Also, it has been shared by Nancy in the chat bot, and Kat is also sharing the screen where QR code is there. So please, you all are requested to spare 2 minutes to scan this and fill up the evaluation form. This will also be sent directly to you in your emails who have registered and joined the session. Also, if you have any queries, you can ask us directly. You can ask Nancy, our regional manager, directly, or you want to have any peer learning or one-to-one session, we are always there to help our SARFI member colleagues.
Right. Thank you, Fiza. I would just like to make an announcement here.
Yeah, please, Nancy, sure.
Yeah. So there are many participants registered in my name, around 6 or 7 still. So I would like to request those registered in my name to kindly rename yourself so that we can, take stock of who was in the room at the end of this session. Thank you so much.
I hope everyone has scanned this QR code and filling the form. It will also be shared again on your emails. I would like again to thank all our panelists for such a thoughtful and engaging discussion. Your perspectives have added immense value to today's session. First Lounge won't be possible without you. Also, many thanks to our audience for joining us and staying with us till the end. We truly appreciate your participation. With that, we come to the close of our session. Thank you, everyone, and have a wonderful day ahead.
Thank
Don't
you very
forget.
much. Thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Fiza.
Thank you, Nancy. Thank you, everyone.
Can we close now?
Yes.
Or are we getting emails to do this thing, exercise, the questionnaire?
Yes, you can continue for those. If you would like to continue, if you have not completed the evaluation, you can please continue.
Okay,
Good
thank you
to
so
know.
much for the session.
Thank
It
you
was
so much.
lovely to have you all. Thank you.
Thank you, team. Thank you.
I will close the meeting now, Nancy.
Thank you so much, Kat. And thank
Thank
you,
you.
Fiza.
Thanks,
Thank
Fiza.
you. Thank you, Kat. Thank you, Nancy, for your support. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
You guys have to close it, otherwise we are here.
Okay.
Okay, now there are 18 left.